Good evening, guys. The other day I bought a plastic container to put my camera stuff in. I thought, hey, it's getting all over the place. So I wanted somewhere to put everything so to keep it safe. Keep it in one spot so I knew where everything was. So I bought this container and I'm just got it all my stuff out, playing and sorting it all out. And thinking of what pictures I took with each one. I thought, hey, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna show my friends here on YouTube my stuff and why I bought it and how I used it and etc. So I'm going to put this camera down so I can include it, and I'll get another camera and I'll talk to you on that one. Okay, I'll just start over this end for no apparent reason. This camera bag has served me really well. I think I got it. Oh, I bought it, but it wasn't expensive. But it's fits perfect. It's a great little bag. So I'm going to use it for my new camera, which I'll show you at the end. I got this lens cleaning kit the other day. But since then I've seen this thing. It's like a pencil. It's a tungsten pencil that you can wipe your lens with. So I'm going to try to find one of those. Okay, so over here, this little setup, I've got the Sony 5100. And that's my normal vlogging camera, which I use every day. I carry it in like a canvas bag. This looks like a shoulder bag. And this is it here. And with the standard lens on it. And just the other day I bought a lens filter for it. I didn't even know you could get a protective UV filter for it, but I got one. So I love this little camera. I think it's fantastic. It's small. It does 1080 and it's just real nice. It's small. You can just carry it anywhere. And this is another lens I got for it. It's a 210 lens. So you put it on obviously put it on the Sony and the little Sony, and you can do telephoto stuff too. I've made some videos of some races, boat races with it, and they've come out really nice. Okay, so this little camera over here is the Canon PowerShot, and if you look here you can see the SX210IS 14 optical zoom. Okay, so it has a little lens here, 14 zoom, that pops out when you turn it on. I have to say that this little camera is one of the best cameras I've ever had in my life. It's so small. I'm trying not to wiggle my other camera here. It's so small. You can see that there's the back. There's no viewfinder. The viewfinder's there. That's the only downside. But it's very thin. It takes 14 megapixel pictures, and it does video, a little bit of video. And before I used to carry a big camera, which I'll show you. Well, I can show you now. I'll just pop around, so don't bear with me. So I had this. This is my first big SLR camera. It's a Canon Rebel XTI, and that was the first one I bought, and I got this lens on it, which was a lens that came with it. It's a 1855, real good little lens. So traveling around the world, I went to India, Nepal, Indonesia, and other places. That camera got a little bit heavy, so I bought this little guy, and fantastic. Great little pictures, and that's when I never really took much video. I mean, I was kind of slow. I've always been stuck with digital pictures. And then, so to take you back over here to the original camera, this one, the Canon XTI, and this lens. Okay, so I was traveling around, and I went to Yellowstone, and I was taking pictures in Yellowstone. So I had thought about, I need to buy another lens. So I bought this guy up here. This is a Sigma lens, okay, 28-200. You can see on the side there, if it will focus. There you go, 28-200. So I had that guy, and it was very good. But for wildlife, I needed something bigger. So I bought this guy. It's a Canon, again, the L series. I just found out tonight doing some research online. It's called Luxury. I don't know, professional lens is what I knew it by, the white lens. So it's a Canon zoom lens, 100 by 400. And I just learned tonight also that they brought a new one out in 2014, something to do with the locking ring and air moving in and out. So, but I can tell you, as far as quality of pictures are concerned, this guy here is like unbelievably crazy good. The sharpness, when I use this Rebel and this lens together, the images that it would produce are just like crazy. Really, really good. Okay, so just the other day, I'm thinking I want to start making more video and go into use my bigger lenses again. Because I got this one. I had this one for years, and what happened? Well, I went and bought a new battery for it the other day, charged it up, put it on, and the camera's dead. It won't work at all. So very sad, because I took so many pictures of that thing. Unfortunately, I took pictures in Alaska. Well, no, I took pictures in Alaska and all the way up to the Arctic Ocean, and I cannot find those pictures anywhere. So I don't know what I did with them. But the other day, I went out and bought this guy. It's a Canon 80D. And Mr. Anal researched and finally just said, okay, this is the one I'm going to get. And I went and bought it. I put the Sigma 28-200 lens on it, and it kind of played up a little bit, so I wasn't sure if the lens was going to work. But then the camera, so smart, told me the contacts were dirty, so I cleaned the lens contacts, and it's working fine. And again, perfectly sharp images. Sigma, I mean, it says it all, right? So this is the camera case, the lens case that comes with this lens. And so that's basically my little story here. The Sony, which I use today for everyday stuff, this one here, the 5100, and this big, the two lenses. To be honest, this big lens here, the 200 lens, maybe I didn't really need to buy it, but I've used it a bit, and for every day I plan on keep on using the same thing for every day. But when I know I'm going to go somewhere, so when I'm walking around, just looking, going out for a day, I'll take this guy with me, and sometimes I take the little PowerShot Canon as a backup. But the idea now is when I go out, if I know I'm going to go take some pictures of something big, like locally they have a lake and they have powerboat racing and jet ski racing and all that sort of stuff. So in the future, I'll have the Canon D here and the big lens on that, and stick that on my tripod. And then I can sit there and drink some tea or coffee and do my video. So that's a little breakdown of the stuff that I bought and I've been collecting, and so that's my stuff that I bought and collected and been using for years and years. Very happy with it. Normally I always buy Canon. My father was a photographer, and he always used Nikon or Nikon, and I don't know why, but when I went to buy my first camera way back when, I don't have it here, it was a 35mm normal color negatives or black and white negative kind of camera. The cameras that I looked at, I didn't like of Nikon. I liked the Canon, so I bought a Canon, and I fell in love with Canon, and I've been using them ever since. So I'm very happy with Canon. Okay, so one other thing I just wanted to show you was my tripod. I really like this tripod. It's small but very strong. So I'm hoping. Last few days I wanted to go to a lake in the Utia to take some pictures with the new camera, with the new Canon. but it's been raining. We're in the rainy season, so I can't complain. So I want to put the big lens on the Canon and stick it on this tripod and take some pictures. And so that's my little collection. I hope you enjoyed that. Will I add to it? Who knows, maybe in the future, but right now I don't even have anything on a wish list. Way back when I first got into photography, I was about, I want to say 8 or 9 years old. And believe it or not, is when I first started developing film. And the reason I got into that, my father was a professional photographer. And he used to take me to work, and he taught me how to develop negatives. You know, take the negative into the darkroom, take it out of the spool, put it in the chemical. I mean, you had to do it by touch, so there's no light. It was dark, dark. And I did that as a 8 or 9 year old. It's crazy to think about that. Anyway, I developed them, and then I take it in the dark room, and you know, 2 of this, 5 of this, all 8x10s normally, and I would bring it outside wet, you know, after being washed in water, get all the chemicals off, and he put it on this dryer. It was like a drum, maybe 4 foot, 1¼ meters around or something, and it would go in and it would come out dry, and they'd put them in envelopes with a little cover note. And so that's when I started. And I watched him do photography, and we lived in Iceland. I started doing the photography in Boston, but we lived in Iceland when I first seen him, so I was even younger than that. I think I lived in Iceland when I was from 1 till 5 or 6 or something. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed all my having a nose at my cameras and my little story, and thanks so much for watching everything. I appreciate it. I really enjoy making these videos. You know, I've not been a video person. I'm usually into stills and nature, but I really enjoying making the video and the editing part. So I hope you keep watching, and I hope you enjoy what I make. And please, I leave a email at the bottom, and if there's something that you really want to see, or a style, or something that you're interested in, please tell me, and I would, you know, consider doing some of that. But right now I'm just enjoying, and thanks so much for watching. All the best, guys. Look after yourselves. Bye bye.